Hello. As part of my investigations into the lousy quality of policing in my area of Sussex, I have been watching online some of Sussex Police Authority's public meetings and have been able to hear what its members said whenever they remembered to turn on their microphones. I am principally interested in the reports of the Complaints Committee. When I came to comment on the first item of the most recent of these reports on the Sussex Police Authority page of my website, two sentences came to mind. In this video I will explain why I wrote what I did. First, the chairman of the Complaints Committee will speak and appear on screen. Any other persons whose pictures appear are other members of the authority who simply accepted what Mr. Rogers said.
The first section is about the complaints process itself, and what I think is most interesting here is the comparison between the close to 500,000 incidents, 439,500 incidents handled during the period concerned, and the number of complaints that arise therefrom. It's fewer than one. As you can see, the figure there, 0.991 per 1,000 incidents. So, although the headline writers might choose to portray this in other ways, members of the authority need to be aware of that scale and to judge it in that context. And certainly there was no justification for some of the headlines that were written about this very modest increase of 14 from 393 to 407, which is there.
The text on your screen is, of course, from the Complaints Committee report. I know from my own experience that the figures quoted in this report must be fictitious, that 1,000 incidents attended by Sussex Police resulted in less than one complaint from members of the public is simply incredible. After hearing Mr. Rogers' account of this paragraph, I wrote on my website, Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary produced a report in January 2006 on Sussex Police's professional standards. Its first recommendation was that the force's website should improve the way in which it informs the public about the complaint procedure. The Sussex Police Authority Complaints Committee's report on its meeting of March 1st, 2006 included this statement. I checked the website in question and found it very difficult to locate details about making a complaint. They were certainly not in a prominent position. So I emailed Mr. Rogers questioning whether he had actually checked the website before writing about its improvement. Mr. Rogers did not refute my suggestion. Indeed, Mr. Rogers did not answer my email at all. He passed it on to the authority's deputy clerk, who failed to convince me with his patronising reply, which did not address the point. Even today, the 27th of May 2007, it is still not easy to find out about the complaint system from www.sussex.police.uk. For instance, the words complain or complaint do not appear on the home page, and typing complain into the search text box produces a page which asks you if you meant complete or compliance, and then offers 5 results, none of which is of central relevance. If you try the sitemap page, you will find 71 topics listed, but complaints is not among them. If you do manage to find the complaint procedures page, it tells you who can make a complaint and how to make a complaint, and it does include the sentence, all complaints by law must be recorded by the police force itself, which is not, I think, entirely true. But it does not tell you that if you want to know whether a complaint has been recorded, you will need to pay £10 and fill in a form and wait a few weeks, nor does it specify whether any complaint you make will be included in the complaints registers available for inspection by members of the Sussex Police Authority. Complaints about the police feature in the Police Reform Act of 2002, which orders that, the authority or chief officer shall record the complaint, and if the authority or chief officer decides not to do so, the authority or chief officer shall notify the complainant of the grounds on which the decision was made. As many of my complaints have not even been acknowledged, let alone recorded, I presume that the authority and the police are breaking the law as a matter of routine. Having studied the Police Reform Act, I asked the police which of my complaints had been recorded and in what terms. I was told that I would have to pay £10 and fill in a form to see whether I could be given the information under the Data Protection Act. That procedure eventually brought to light only a small fraction of the complaints that I had made about Sussex Police. Not even, for instance, half of the 8 complaints that I had filed on an official police witness statement form, which became the subject of a dishonest report by Detective Inspector Preddy of the Professional Standards Department. My conclusion is that Sussex Police seek to minimise the number of complaints they record officially, that the Sussex Police Authority are happy to accept the documentation provided by the police, comfortable in Cloud-Cuckoo land, and that Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary, though willing to make recommendations, is unlikely to have either the power or the inclination to see that those recommendations are carried out. The reports on police forces by HMIC are based largely on self-assessment by the forces being assessed.